Supergirl, Jimmy Olsen, and Lois Lane set out to rescue Superman. Brainiac manipulates the Man of Steel to control him. Episode 8 of My Adventures with Superman has been released and has once again raised the intensity level of the story, so stay until the end of the video to catch all the details and Easter eggs in this episode. Welcome to Comic Chronicles. Before we start, if you're a fan of Superman and DC, and you want to receive more and more videos about them, leave a super like here on the video and give a super subscription to the channel. We have an entire playlist dedicated to My Adventures with Superman where we follow each episode of the second season and present detailed analyses. You can check it out by clicking on the card on your screen. The episode begins in Kandor, Brainiac's ship. The villain tries to discover Superman's weakness so that he can take over his body and use it as a war weapon. Since the machine housing him is beginning to fail, he needs to transfer to a new body. To do this, he uses Black Mercy, a Kryptonian device that captures and traps the consciousness, allowing Brainiac to see and interact with the memories of whoever is using the device. Right from the start, I want to say that I did not like the visual of Black Mercy here. Black Mercy in the comics is a sort of plant, a living being that creates a perfect dream life for a person by touching the pleasure centers of their brain while keeping the victim completely paralyzed. It first appeared in Superman Annual No. 11 in September 1985. Created by Alan Moore and Dave Gibbons, in the story titled For the Man Who Has Everything. If you want to read this story and acquire the comic, you can find it in the Whatever Happened to the Man of Tomorrow collection. I will leave our affiliate link for this and other Superman comics in the description of this video and in our community tab, so you can purchase them. I confess that I didn't like Black Mercy's visual here very much. In My Adventures with Superman, it has changed from a plant to a Kryptonian device where Brainiac revives Kal-El's memories to find weaknesses. Although this worked very well for the episode's narrative, I didn't enjoy this adaptation of Black Mercy, similar to how Kandor stopped being the Bottle City and became Brainiac's ship. Continuing with the episode, Superman tries to resist, but Brainiac uses various memories against him, making him fight Livewire and Parasite again. When the Man of Steel manages to defeat the villains, we hear the voices of Jimmy and Lois in his memories. Brainiac realizes that Superman's strength comes from trying to protect the two of them, as they are the most important to him. The villain believes that Superman's strength is also his greatest weakness. Meanwhile, Jimmy, Lois, Mala, and Brain are on the ship they stole in the previous episode when they encounter Kara. Jimmy affectionately tells Kara that they are in space to find her and Clark, but Lois gets irritated with the way Olsen is acting and demands answers from the Kryptonian. She confronts her, but Kara responds in kind, showing that Lois was also wrong to reject him. Kara explains that she took her cousin to her father but realized something was wrong when she visited the planets of the Empire and saw that they were all in ruins. She believes Brainiac is malfunctioning and that Kal-El is in danger because of it. She then shows her plan to save her cousin so they can invade Kandor while the drones are turned off during the ship's daily maintenance period. After rescuing him, the two friends must take him back to Earth as soon as possible. When Jimmy realizes that Kara has no intentions of going to Earth with him, he shows her that she doesn't have to be an Empire warrior. There are many other things she can do with her life. The three of them invade Kandor and start putting the plan into action. Before they separate, Kara tries to tell Jimmy how she feels about him but gets too shy and ends up only saying that she admires him as the leader of the planet. It's a typical anime cliché where you root for the couple to kiss. This will probably happen at the end of the season. Lois hears everything and starts teasing Jimmy by calling him leader, something very funny. Meanwhile, Brainiac tries to use Lois and Jimmy against the last son of Krypton, distorting reality in his memories until he believes that they don't love him and reject him for being an alien. Clark has a deep fear of this happening and tries to prove himself to them. This is consistent with Clark's development since the first episode of the season, which shows his fear. Upon discovering this fear, Brainiac uses it, repeating the same distorted memories multiple times in Kal-El's mind until he can't distinguish what's real and believes his friends don't love him, making him vulnerable. Kara manages to reach her father and sees what he is doing to her cousin. She tells her father that he is malfunctioning, but upon hearing his response, she realizes who Brainiac is. He reveals that he has been manipulating her all her life to get her to do what he wants, making it clear that Kara has rebelled against Brainiac before but always had her memory erased. After discovering the truth, Kara begins to attack Brainiac. At the same time, Clark fights in his mind to sense Lois's true feelings for him. But Brainiac intensifies his distortions of Clark's memory and, as a final move, uses the memory of Lois rejecting him. At this point, we see how cunning Brainiac is because most of the time he has distorted Clark's memories, but then he shows a real memory. Kara manages to break the machine housing Brainiac, and we see Clark destroying the machine in his thoughts. But just when we think they have defeated him, Kal-El finds himself on Krypton, thinking he is at home with his family and soon sees himself as a child again, hugging his family, including Kara. This scene is reminiscent of a moment from the movie Gladiator from the 2000s. However, in reality, while Kara cries over her father's death, she discovers that before she could destroy Brainiac's machine, he managed to transfer himself to her cousin's body, taking control of Kal-El. The ship's drones are reactivated and detect Lois and Jimmy, who run for their lives. They manage to enter a corridor and close the access door. They soon see Kara crashing through one of the corridor walls, thrown by Clark, now controlled by Brainiac. He tries to attack Lois and Jimmy, but Kara steps in to protect them. Now I want to highlight how good the evil Superman look is. Although it's a concept that we're tired of seeing nowadays due to its use in many other stories and media, it looks really cool here. I love the dark cape, reminiscent of the Akatsuki cloaks in Naruto. Kara tries to fight Brainiac, but he appears stronger, even revealing that he is not using his full strength because he truly loves Kara. However, he considers love a weakness and pushes her to the ground with just one hand. Jimmy steps between them to protect Kara and opens a kryptonite sphere in an attempt to weaken Brainiac, but realizes he only managed to hurt Kara and Clark's body. Brainiac opens a hatch on the ship, causing Lois, Jimmy, and Kara to be sucked into the vacuum of space. Kara notices that upon being thrown out of Kandor, Jimmy and Lois's helmets broke, compromising the air in their suits. She rescues them and panics upon seeing them without air. Soon, Mala and Brain appear with their ship and save them so they can breathe and be safe. As soon as she catches her breath, in a desperate attempt, Lois uses a black mercy she took from Kandor to try to connect with Clark so he can regain consciousness and defeat Brainiac, thus ending the episode. This episode was very good. While the previous episode was good, it wasn't at the same level as the earlier episodes, which had been progressively getting better. This new episode may not be better than episode 6, but it brings the story quality back up. I'm really excited to follow the next 2 episodes. The creative team nailed the script once again, and the character's development has been consistent since the first episodes of this season. I want to emphasize how sinister and powerful this version of Brainiac is. Even though I don't like his visual compared to previous adaptations, this Brainiac truly exudes an imposing presence, posing a real threat to Superman and Supergirl. Both Supergirl and Brainiac are being developed very well in my adventures with Superman. Do you agree? Write your opinion about this episode in the comments below, leave a like to help YouTube recommend this video to more people, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications so you stay up to date with everything about Superman and the DC Universe. Additionally, if you want to buy comic books or any other type of product, use our affiliate links. This way, you contribute to our work without paying anything extra. Thank you very much and see you in the next video.